We're across the pond in England this week, and two teams are hoping to show up for an international audience. It's the Jaguars going up against the Black Knights. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the London Black Knights. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And all the way in for the touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his third touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. And it's good to make it 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry now. This is Lacey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now the starting lineup for the offense. And Julius Thomas highlighted, my friend.
Brandon, he's one of the latest in a long line of basketball players turned football players who have had great success, and he uses those basketball skills to get open in his pass routes.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And this would complete to Will Fuller. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Jaguars. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now this offense ready to take over again. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. Now it's the Princeton man. This is Spencer Ware. 10 yards on the pickup there. And that'll give him a 1st down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Manning picked off by his former teammate, Prince Amukamara, and he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. And a look now at the starting defense.
Jonathan Hankins is a run-stuffing defensive tackle who creates a pile-up with each and every snap.
3rd down, here's Forte. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Bortles to throw for it on fourth down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And now back out comes the offense. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Caught left side, Gilmore. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
They come up in an offset eye. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So they're behind the chains as the offense. 12 yards needed on 3rd down. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He finds Beckham complete. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So Manning to Beckham, and this defense, they better hone in on that connection.
It's almost like an electrical charge for him, isn't it? When he catches the first one, and about OBJ, he just goes to the huddle and says more. And really, he's just one of those guys that once he gets going, look out.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it's London football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal?
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll go with the keeper, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
I mean, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterback, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. Ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And a nice gain at 21 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Bortles to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target. And now it's third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They'll put Fuller in motion right. On third and long, it's Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They toss to Freeman. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
On second down, here's Manning. It's hauled in by a nice gain at 21 yards.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
They'll put two receivers left, two to the right. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Now Manning. He goes underneath to Freeman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. From the gun on third down, Manning. It's caught. Shepard. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Time to step aside. Back to the booth right after this. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. They come out with one back and three tight ends. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And they're going to speed things up here. On second down, Freeman. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Matt Forte, a great receiver out of the backfield, was the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Bortles will try again on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football.
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumble. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Damon Harrison in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
From the gun on third down, Bortles. This one caught left side by Cooper. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before half for Bortles. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we will send you back stateside to Orlando and say hello to Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Shift together here from the D-line. Forte, the lone running back. He's going to get the football. Stays on his feet, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. And Bortles going to sneak it. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here's Forte, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. To throw, it's Bortles. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Bortles in the offense remains put on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th. Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. Here's Brad Nordman now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Beckham, the return. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside. First and 10. Here's Manning. He gets this one to Dwayne Harris. And he's brought down. Give him 11 on the game there. And it's good enough for a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and that enables him to also pick up the first.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Manning to throw on second down. He gets it complete to Harris. A good pickup there at 22.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, they're just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll come out in the pistol. Manning now on first down. Complete to Gilmore over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On second down, here's Manning. Right side catch, Gilmore. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to have a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Able to find Harris, complete. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for him to break into the bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for him. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Coons now here to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jags. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Bortles going to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and completely catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Bortles will try again on second down. Wide open receiver, complete. 15 yards through the air on a first down. Welcome back now here in London. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Bortles now on first down. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's brought down. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On first and 10, here's Bortles. He's got Fuller. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To throw, it's Bortles. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to hit Rashad Green, and it's third down.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
Third down, 15 yards still needed. They'll put Fuller in motion right. On third and long, it's Bortles. He finds his target, Fuller. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
A dump off to Forte. Right, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Matt Forte, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Bortles is going to throw for it. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as head play backfires in a big way. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Beckham, his first touchdown of the new season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. So a one-handed catch from OBJ in the end zone. Not really surprised anymore, I guess. This is becoming routine.
Yeah, isn't that something? And we have to be careful ourselves, right, about treating it as only routine, because it's still spectacular to go up one hand, possess the football, whether there's contact or not, to come down and create that play. That's absolutely phenomenal. And one way it happens, these guys work at it. They practice these types of catches all the time.
And he practices it all the time. You see his pregame routine. We were down there today. It's unbelievable.
It absolutely is. And now the stigma of looking like you're showing off is really gone. Now it's actually part of the game.
Down, Bortles. It's complete to Fuller. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly
in a double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Freeman again. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited, because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock, because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football? Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And here we go on first and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
But he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Again, it'll be Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Ten yards still left on second down. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Porter brings it in over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And there will be a break in the action here. They're going to take a timeout. That will be their third and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Bortles now on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you go to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They come up in an offset eye. They run it here. Ware. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there.
Giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
They run again with Ware. And he will be brought. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. They come out with one back and three tight ends. On the run, it's Ware. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They'll run now with Ware. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
Watch 82. Watch 82. He likes to sneak out late. Watch 82.
Will take a knee, and that should be the final act in this one. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.